Fucking hell. I didn't even get a chance to say, please no brass. Please no fucking...
I can't help it, man. I can't help it. If somebody downloads the podcast and they don't hear the brass section, how are they going to know that it's us? How are they going to be able to tell?
I feel like the voices alone should be enough to...
It's
like,
an institution at this point. It's me just going...
Oh, God. It's like Pestilly singing at the end of his videos. It's fucking horrible, but you come to expect it. Like, you know it's going to be there every time.
You're there for the cringe. You brace for the cringe.
Yeah.
God damn.
Fuck's sake.
You want to lead us in, big fella?
I don't know if I can after that. Just how can I follow up such a perfect brass section intro? You've done it all. You've done the intro for us.
I'm a man of many talents. I've got skills on skills on skills.
Welcome to NULLSCORE, a podcast where an Australian lawyer white knights for Pokimane while his friend and co-host sits quietly in disgust judging him. My name is Jim and this is my co-host Hide the Pain Harold. How's being a meme going for you, man?
Hide the Pain Harold, I love it. But there's only one other Australian that would take severe issue with that. Poor old internet historian. He's so good, man. Honestly, there are a couple of YouTubers whose videos I will stop whatever I'm doing and watch. Back in the day, it used to be iDubbbz Content Cops. Whenever a content cop came out, I was like, all right, fucking guess I'm late for work now. And I would just watch the video. Internet Historian is one of those blokes. Whenever he posts a video on the main channel, I'm like, yep, that's it. I'm going to sit down and watch it. Because his stuff is always so good. Have you seen his stuff?
Yeah. Oh. You've asked me before. You've asked me about it before.
I honest to God, I think if there was anybody that I looked up to as a creator, like the gold standard, easily Internet Historian. There are obviously videos which are crazily well produced and really high production value, with cameras and lights and crews and...
So but with him, it's the research as well, the level of detail that he goes into.
It's the time, it's the detail. And the other thing as well is all of his videos are done in a different enough fashion, but you immediately know that you're watching an Internet Historian video. And you're there for 50 minutes and you're like, cool, great.
I like the No Man's Sky one.
Yeah, that was amazing. The redemption of No Man's Sky? Or the regoodening.
It was regoodening or engoodening or something.
Or engoodening? I don't know. Yeah, but that was incredible. For those of you listening that don't know Internet Historian, I'm not sure if he's Australian or Kiwi, but he is a creator that does videos recounting historical events on the internet. So he did the Habbo Hotel Pool is Closed event. He covered a furry convention, Rainforest, that was terrible. His most famous one, I think, was when he did Fallout 76, because that blew up, because I think a whole bunch of creators reacted to it. And he's also one of the main contributing factors to how Raid Shadow Legends became a meme. Because he's got Shadow Man, who he does for the Raid Shadow Legends ads.
I don't think I've seen that.
Honest to God,
ads.
I would recommend that you watch his Raid Shadow Legends ads. And I know that sounds really fucking weird, but it's legitimately, I think any sensible brand ambassador for any company would immediately reject his ads. But whoever they had behind the desk, they were a smart cookie, and they were like, yeah, let's just let this go. At one point, I'm pretty sure he's driving and making a joke about using two phones at the same time to dual wield Raid Shadow Legends while driving and run someone over. Right? And like any brand ambassador would be like, absolutely not. We cannot have that. But whoever was behind the desk was like, fuck it, we'll just let it go. And it turned it into a meme. And that literally, I think you cannot. You imagine the amount of money companies would pay to turn their game ad into a meme. That's it. That's the pinnacle of awareness nowadays.
Well, I mean, whenever companies do try and turn their, they try and force memes out of their fucking ads, it's gone so bad. Remember the KFC one?
Yes.
That was fucking terrible. That was so bad.
So bad. That was awful. Can you explain to people listening at home what the KFC meme is?
I refuse to do that. Go. You can go look it up. Like, you can go find, if you really want to put yourself through that, you can go look it up.
Yeah, you can go and find it.
KFC meme ad. And then, immediately go get yourself checked for cancer.
It's pretty bad. I mean,
fucking horrible.
Like, but I honestly, part of me is like, I can't even be like, if you ever played the game, it's horrible. It's like designed to suck money out of you. But I can't even be mad at their marketing strategy. Like, if you go into anyone's chat now and you say, have you heard about the new mobile free-to-play MMORPG?
Yeah, immediately
and they're like,
no, stop,
right,
stop
fuck
it.
off. And immediately.
Someone ban that guy.
Someone ban that guy. Oh, what are we going to do later when we end the stream? Are we going to raid Shadow Legends?
Yeah, it's so bad.
They've achieved. They've ascended as a brand. They've achieved what no other mobile game has managed to achieve so far. I think there's a League of Legends clone in China that's a bigger mobile game, but Raid Shadow Legends is like crazy huge.
I don't know, man. Angry Birds was fucking huge when it first came out. It was everywhere.
Angry Birds was huge. Do you remember Doodle Jump? Doodle Jump was massive for a while.
Yeah, but I didn't like. So I played it a little bit, and I was like, "How is this? How are people wasting hours of their life playing this? This is not like not that entertaining." Really,
my mum picked up Doodle Jump like 3 years after it died down, and I saw it. Yeah, I saw it on the couch playing Doodle Jump. I was like, "Mum, what are you doing?" She's like, "I'm playing this game called Doodle Jump. Have you not heard of this, Hamish? It's very cool." And I was like, "Oh, I've heard of Doodle Jump." Oh, how you doing, Mum? She's like, great, excellent. I'm getting higher and higher every day. And I tell you what, I came back like a month or so later because I think at this point I was like year 11 or 12 or something like that maybe. Mm-hmm. And I was like doing work and studying and stuff. So my days were basically like wake up, go to school, come home. I either had work or training for my martial art and then study, finish off an assignment and go to sleep, right? Or play League. That was basically my schedule. So I didn't see a whole lot of my family other than breakfast time. Like, and in our place, breakfast is pretty cool because like everybody like sits down and Mum cooks a mean feed. Like breakfast Sunday breakfast. Cool. Oh yeah, Sunday brekkies. Yeah. It was like them was some good stuff. Because my brother and I would always come out of our rooms like hungover as shit. And she'd have like bacon and eggs and toast and like, some on good days there were pancakes as well. Oh man, it was a good time to be alive. Every other day of the week, we'd just like sort our own brekkies out. But Sunday brekkie was like our thing. That's what we did. In any event, we have a couple of things that we wanted to talk about, but today is mostly a talk shit kind of episode.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, there's stuff going on, but it's just like it's still ongoing, and it's some of it's stuff that we've already talked about anyway. And I just can't be fucked.
It's kind of developing though. That's why we're sort of bringing it up.
Well, yeah, I guess before so this thing that I have here, I might actually change that. So I don't really care too much about I don't know how I came to this morning. I saw a guy streaming who I've known since I was like, I don't know, man, 12 or 13. I had no idea that he streamed.
So you stumbled upon this
yeah.
stream.
Yeah.
You had him on Discord.
I have him on Discord, but he's not. We don't have servers in common. We're just friends on Discord. I don't even know how that happened. Probably when early on when I first had Discord, and it's just like suggested, "Hey, do you know this guy?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I remember him." Added him as a friend, and then never spoke to him.
Yeah. Right.
But I saw that he was streaming. I was like, "What the fuck?" So I went for a look, and he must be fairly new because he's got just under 100 follows. Well, one more now because I followed him, but
good on him.
He remembered who I was off my username too, which is surprising because I think a lot of people that knew me through high school or whatever, I never used this name. So
what sort of stuff was he streaming?
Fucking Total War or something.
Okay,
real time strategy.
So he's like an RTS sort of dude.
Yeah, he likes strategy games and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just weird being like, oh fuck that guy. Okay. So not someone that I would have pictured streaming before, you know.
Were you in his chat, like asking questions?
Yeah, I was in his chat.
Reliving the good old days?
No, I followed him and then he said, thanks for the follow. And I said, how dare you thank me for following? I've never felt so abused in my life. And he's like, but I mean, because he knows who I am, he knew what you were. It sucks. About. People who've known me too long, they come to expect those kind of responses from me. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what I expect.
You don't get to bully the new kid.
Yeah, I can't like weird them out. I can't make them feel uncomfortable because they know what I'm like. So it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
But man, I something you mentioned earlier when you were saying like you're in year 11 or whatever.
Yep.
It made me think, and then you started talking about the stuff that you did then. So that's what 5 years ago, 6 years ago for you, maybe.
Well, my year level corresponds with the year. So year 11 would be 8-9 years ago now.
Okay, 9 years ago, yeah. It's funny to think about it this way.
I graduated year 12 in 2012.
I think when I think about that and you started listing all the shit that you were into and what you were doing at the time, I think if we had met then, I would have fucking thought you were a cockhead and we would have never been friends. I would have been like, oh, that fucking guy.
This asshole.
And you would have thought that I was just an absolute fucking dropkick. Because I was and kind of still am. But it's just weird to think about how, like, what stage you are in your life. It makes a big difference to who you associate with and, like, how you view other people. And how likely you are to strike up a friendship with them, I think.
Well, it's all your environment. And I think when you're that age as well, 16, 17, it's weirdly that, like, I don't know what the psychology behind it is, but you very much, I think you become a product of your environment a lot of the times. Like that's when it really starts to sink in because you put a huge focus on your mates over your family when you start to get sort of that sort of age and you want to be kind of making your own sort of mark and then all of a sudden that's what you do. So, I mean, that's kind of how I turned out to be a fucking private school prick.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like, while you were doing all that and, like, I suppose, I don't know, like, what kind of shit? I feel like you would have been one of the dudes mad into Call of Duty at the time.
At year 11 was League, but gaming, absolutely.
I mean, yeah, I guess League, like, it's along the same lines. All the people I knew who were really into League at the time, I just thought they were knobheads.
Two very different games, but kind of the same sort of people. It produces the same sort of reactions.
Toxicity, you mean?
Oh, absolutely.
Same sort of,
except in COD, it's just that your mum is the town bike, whereas in League, it's like you're
trash.
Some autistic degenerate
What was
child.
Dunkey's fucking insult? Dude, what was his insult that got him banned?
Scum-fucked, brain-dead, something degenerate that deserves to be gunned down in the street like the trash that you are.
Yeah, fucking hell.
That is an
Christ.
iconic line, dude. When he made that video, all the League people were like, yep. And everyone else was like, oh my God, that's so horrible.
How could you say something like that? All the League players are like, yeah.
Yeah, that's ranked lobbies in general. It's pretty bad.
I was barely playing any games then. Like doing it 8-9 years ago. So what the fuck was I doing then?
Also, just before we jump off that topic as well, with League as well, there's no, like, people think it's like an on-off switch for like, for like whether their people are being toxic or whether people are being friendly, and people are just very quick to flick over to the toxic side. It's not like that, okay? It's like a tiny bit of hair that holds back this tide of toxicity, right? And one death, one messed up gank, one anything breaks that, and it's just toxic for the rest of the game. If it doesn't get toxic, the game's just silent.
Like, I can just no one chatting.
Legit, no one chats. So if things are going really, really well and your team's crushing it, there's never like a good job or a GG or anything like that. Everyone's just kind of in this state of, yep, this is going well. Let's not disturb the peace.
Everyone's an asshole then.
Yeah, it's really strange. So, I mean, yeah, for somebody that's played League, like, I feel like these are all things that you just get used to and you think about. But then you go to other communities and people are like, what the fuck? Why? You know, like you're in other shooters and stuff. Like you play Tarkov with your mates and they ping some scav or whatever from like, 200-300 plus meters. And then his mates go, yeah, cool. Nice shot, mate. He goes, yep, cheers. And that's all it is. That never happens in League. It would be complete comm silence except for call outs. And then whenever someone died, be like, what the fuck, man? Now I've got to pick up your gear. I can't pick up any of the rest of this gear. This is so fucking stupid. Why would you get hit like that? You could have taken cover. What the fuck, man?
Just goes to shit.
It just goes to shit immediately. Yeah. Or better yet, if you killed the scav boss and the other guy needed it for a quest, he would kill you.
Ah.
That would absolutely happen.
Oh, fuck, man. There's been times where I felt like doing that to Blash because I was on the quest where I needed to kill Rashala. Every time we saw him, he's like, oh, Rashala's there. He's dead. I'm like, Blash! The whole fucking reason we're here right now is so that I can kill Rashala and get this fucking quest over with. Rushes in there, takes it. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to go loot him because I killed him. I don't care about his fucking loot. I would have let you take his loot. I just need to kill him.
I just need to kill Rashala. Fuck. Just let me have this one.
Blash is weird. He swings back and forth, man, between like being really fucking switched on with the game, and then other times it's just like, why Blash? Why did you do that?
Blash has an incredible level of awareness whenever we play Tarkov. He sees shit seconds, like whole seconds before I see them. And that might just be talking about me more than Blash. But like whenever I'm playing with Blash, I'm like, cool, great. Because either I get sniped and I have no idea where it came from, or Blash usually gives me a warning. Like, he's a relatively fun guy to play with from a less experienced perspective.
He joined me last night before I jumped off. But it was after he'd streamed for 24 hours, so he was absolutely fucked.
Bloody hell, he's done a 24-hour stream already.
Yeah.
How'd he go? Did he do? Well, obviously he did the whole thing, I imagine.
Yeah, he did. The uptime said 1 day.
Oh, good on him.
Just stopped showing hours and minutes. It's just like 1 day.
I'm just gonna. Was it recent?
Yeah, last night.
Last night. Oh, so he's literally came off the 24-hour stream. There you go.
He came off
24 hours, stream. 12 minutes and 52 seconds.
It's like,
wipe insanity, maybe 24 hours, question mark.
I asked him, like, do you need to go to bed, man? Like, I jokingly asked him, are you going to jump into Scav run with us or do you want to go to bed? He's like, no, I'll do one. I was like, what? No, don't do one. Just fucking go to bed, man. Jumps in with us anyway.
I can tell you that after a 24-hour stream, the answer is he needs to go to bed. He just doesn't have the strength of will to take himself to bed.
Yeah. Can't leave the chair. Like, yeah, I should sleep, but I can't actually get up to go to bed.
I'm really bad. When I'm sleep deprived, I get like really, really grumpy. Like really grumpy. So when I finished my 24-hour stream, when I did it, for my 24-hour, but like Red was coming in and she was so supportive throughout the whole thing. She was bringing me food and like water and all that sort of stuff. Like I'd planned it out in my head. I was like, all right, I need to eat every 4 hours to keep my body going. Need to make sure I keep hydrated. I don't drink any caffeine in the first 16 hours of the stream so that I can, survive through. And as soon as stream ended, I must have just been an absolute asshole to deal with. Like, I was like, didn't want to answer questions. I didn't want to talk. Every time she asked me questions, like, would you like some breakfast? I'm like, like, go away. Ended up just like shepherding me to the bed and being like, go to sleep for 3 hours.
See, I've stayed awake for 47 hours before. That was the longest I've been awake for in one hit.
Wow.
And I don't think I became an asshole to anyone.
Just dead to the world.
Yeah, I was just like not responsive and like seeing things like colors and just shit that wasn't there. So I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go to sleep.
That's actually a thing. Like you when you're really sleep deprived, you see shit. I had that when studying for like during law stuff. I remember really clear because my sleeping schedule was practically reversed at one point. I had like a really shitty breakup, and then my sleeping schedule was entirely reversed. So my mates would like call me up at 3 a.m. to talk about some fucking emotional issue that they'd had whilst they're super drunk, because they'd know that I would be awake at 3 a.m. because my sleeping schedule was reversed. They're like, yeah, I knew you would be awake. And I was like, yep, I'm definitely awake. But when you don't sleep for that long, shit moves. I don't know if this happened to you, but like the edges of door frames and shadows and stuff will move in the edge of your vision, and it's really, really disconcerting. You feel like you're gonna get jumped.
What was happening to me was like anywhere that there was like something that was too dark and I couldn't see what was there. It's like my brain would just fill that space with something.
Oh, okay. So
like,
yeah,
there can't be nothing
different
there.
To what
so
I
there's
had.
this thing. Like, oh Jesus, what the fuck? Here's
there was
this
nothing
fucking
here.
creepy looking
Nope.
face.
Shadow Yeti.
Yeah, it was
Shadow
fucked.
Yeti, dude. Holy.
We got
crap.
away from the fucking friend thing. So you were playing League, private school. Feel like probably pretty arrogant.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I was. So I'm a poster child for Privilege 101. My parents were and like I say this like not to the point of like private jets and all of that other like bullshit. But I still had like a part-time job in high school and stuff. But my parents had like they worked really hard and I had it pretty good. So I was like, I lived in Victoria for the first 10 years of my life, and then we moved up to Queensland to be closer to the family. And I went to a private primary school and then a private high school, and then I attended university, which was a public university, not a private university, but it was just in my hometown. And I did all of that, and then I ended up going to, and I did Bachelor of Laws, right? So not like I didn't do a trade or anything like that. I went and did bloody real wanky desk work stuff. And then I moved to Brizzy, and whilst I was surviving on a first year solicitor wage, which by the way is terrible. Like you'll hear me whinge about this all the time, but
I used to. Your streams, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, yeah. So I'm going to take this opportunity to whinge about it again because it's so important. But people don't realize that. Like, I think whenever I tell people, I'm like, yeah. So what I do in real life is I'm a lawyer. Yeah, I do criminal defense work, and that's why we make all these Saul Goodman jokes, right? Right now, I'm on pretty good dosh. Yeah, because I work in a regional area for a public sector company. So they pay me like you would expect, like a reasonable person would expect a lawyer to get paid, right?
Yep.
In the city, when you are a first or second year solicitor, you can expect to be paid anywhere between $30,000 and $45,000 per year, and $45,000 is a very, very good deal.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Like 30 to 45 is like what you'd make. Just like real basic fucking jobs, man. Like
that's yeah. So to put that in context, I worked as a barista in a cafe in my hometown. If I worked 38 hours a week, I'd come away with 52. That's insane.
That'd be funny. Like I just picture you going in to buy a coffee, And they're like, "Oh, a lawyer." I'm like, "Yeah."
It legitimately happened. I walked in a suit. I had come back from work like on a Friday, and everybody was going out to party, and I'd worked the whole day, so I stopped into my old cafe to get coffee, right? Because I was like, I'll go and see the old staff and whatnot. And there was a guy there who knew me, and we shot the shit. And one of the chefs came out the back, and he knew me, right? Because I was always causing a ruckus in the kitchen because I'm, a pain in the ass. And he was like, "Hey man, you're all dressed up. You're a lawyer now. Shit, you've surpassed all us, fucking hospo stuff. You're on the big money. When are you gonna fucking rep me when I have my next drug charge? Haha." And I was like, "Oh yeah, it's all so good." And I went and bought some food. I got like a toast, like a cheese avo chicken toasty. Why can't I say that? Isn't it chicken, cheese, and avocado? There we go. Chicken, cheese, avocado toasty. And grabbed that and a coffee, and my fucking card bounced. my debit card bounced. And there was this weird look where we all looked at the machine, and I'm all dressed up as a lawyer, and we're making these jokes about me earning good money, and my fucking debit card, not a credit card, was like, plop, made an error, and I had to transfer money and sort it all out. But you earn like nothing. You earn shit all.
Went outside and got in your fucking old Excel with 5 different coloured panels.
Yeah, well, no, I had an MX5 because my fuck man, I'm really piling on the privilege here because my grandmother died. I had an inheritance, and it was to be used for university. And I said, I need to travel to and from university. Can I use it to purchase a car? And they said, yeah. So part of the money came from that, and part of the money came from me working at a part-time job. I think it was like, in the end, it was like a 50-50, 60-40 split. I don't know. But, yeah. So as far as like all the opportunities in life, I got them. So shout out to my mum and dad. They're pretty dope. But yeah, now and the reason I brought that up, by the way, is getting paid nothing is because when I was in Brisbane, my rent was like subsidized by my parents as well. They helped me out because I wasn't earning enough. And it wasn't the fact that I was going out and partying and shit. Like, I legitimately developed severe, like, or not even, I don't want to say anxiety because it wasn't, well, I mean, it's anxiety in the casual sense, not like as in, when people get diagnosed with anxiety. I didn't have that. I became anxious or nervous about spending money on something that wasn't food or transport. To the point where it would like affect relationships. They'd be like, you need to buy new clothes because they have holes in it. I was like, I can't. I have to spend money on food and transport. That's it.
See, I do that now, but it's not because I don't have the money. It's just because I'm like, why? These undies are fine. It's like, they've got holes all through them. Like, look at your fucking shirt.
Exactly. Looks like you're supposed to support your balls. It's just hanging out.
I'm like, yeah, but no one can see it. It's underneath my pants. So who cares?
Yeah. So,
look, it gets hot in summer, and I come from the fucking snow, man. I need this ventilation in my clothes.
I need this ventilation. Oh god. You got buddy, you what is it? Reverse flow negative pressure. That's setting up your bloody
know.
But yeah, so I had it pretty good. I had it really good. And now I'm in a position where I'm helping people who need it now, so maybe it's come full circle. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe. I don't know, man. The way you talk about some of these people is like, Jesus.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. There are some people who just don't get it. And they'll just keep doing stupid shit, or they'll.
Well, the best way I probably heard someone else describe them is just that they're incompatible with life. They just can't do it.
More often than not, it tends to be a outside influence that's put them in the position that they are. It's not as a result of their own actions. Funnily enough. You can envision a way where they would be able to get out of the situation they're in, but they tend to need a bit of help doing it, right? Because I don't think anybody in their right mind sits at home and goes, I think that I want to risk spending time in jail, like for the rest of my life. I think there are some people who definitely are indoctrinated that way, and that's the way that they think. But more often than not, it tends to be people who have something important to them in their life that causes conflict with that sort of lifestyle. They just can't make the jump. Like, one of the things that I see more often than not is up here, a lot of people don't have a great access to education. By far, the most common factor that I see in people that are, my clients, is that they haven't completed high school to a year 10 level. More often than not, they'll be dropping out somewhere in the 7, 8, 9 bracket. Yep. And year 10 is basically all you need for trades and whatnot. Like, once you've completed year 10, you've got a pretty solid foundation. Unless you want to go and do other stuff, you don't necessarily need to do year 12. Year 12 is always really good. And I would, I would recommend most people do year 12, but it's just not for some people. Like, some people just hate it. But it's more often than not education. And then that's coupled with issues like they just don't have birth certificates. Like, they don't have certain core documentation that would allow you to go through normal procedures. Like, getting a passport's a really good example, but getting a passport only helps you travel and stuff. But like, getting a driver's license, you need ID before you can get a driver's license to prove who you are. And if you don't have birth certificates and that sort of stuff, you can't get a driver's license. And then if you can't get a driver's license, that cuts out a lot of like low-skilled work, because a lot of low-skilled work is like laboring and stuff, where you drive to a site. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah,
and then
you can't drive a little truck, you can't drive a forklift or anything. You can't operate.
Exactly right. So you're stressing out and you don't know what you want to do, and then you end up drinking too much, or you end up smoking weed or meth or whatever. And then all of a sudden you have to sit across from some chirpy little fucking suited up white guy, and he tells you that your life's a mess and you need to go to counselling. Like, you can't.
What's wrong with you? Why don't you just have two parents that are together and, helped you get through uni and...
Yeah. So in a lot of circumstances, I think people are like, well, why do they keep doing it? Why don't they just fix it? And it's like, well, more like, it's just, they just don't fucking know how. Like, they need somebody to step in for like, a month or something, and to say like, hey man, what do you need? A birth certificate? Let's go get one. What do you need? A resume? Let's go write one now. What do you need? A job? Let's get you a job. And then I'm going to check in every week to make sure that you're still waking up for work.
You can call me mum.
Yeah, it's dead set. Once you can, routine is huge. If you can establish routine in someone's life, it is amazing the things that will happen. It's crazy. Like, when I had a routine for like content creation and posting and stuff, I was posting on Twitter, on Instagram. I was getting clips up there. I was editing that sort of stuff. More recently, I've kind of broken down my routine with like Corona and stuff. So it's a bit trickier for me, weirdly enough. I have more time, so I get less done. But it's crazy. Like, with routine, you can do all sorts of cool stuff. It's super good for you. In my opinion.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah,
I wish there was something that would help me get up in the morning and stick to a routine. And
it's sponsor spot time. I'm ready.
Christ.
Hit me with it. Hit me with it.
No, these are yours. These are yours. I'm not reading yours. I'm going to let you do yours, and then I'm going to do mine that I added at the end.
Oh, okay. All right. Do you want a coffee that will let you balance a full-time job and put in the ridiculous work that you need to grow a social media presence without making a nondescript pact with various blood gods?
Jesus Christ.
How
did you fucking... What led you to that? I don't understand. Like, how you just sat there and went, this.
Sometimes, all right, you need those extra 1,000 Twitter followers, and sometimes the blood god delivers. Sometimes he does. Blood for the blood god, man.
Yes, very Grotus.
Do you want a cup of coffee that has high calcium, low fat, no fat, full cream, high calcium, high protein, soy, light skim, omega-3, high calcium with vitamin D and folate or extra dollop?
I added that extra high calcium in at the start because I saw you had it there twice already.
Oh!
And you fucking read it and didn't even notice.
I don't put it in there so
like,
I can trust the script. Oh
like,
my
I wonder
God.
if he'll realize that he's got it there twice. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to put another one in and see if he realizes that he says it 3 fucking times.
Oh, I did 3 of these. I forgot. Do you want a coffee that will let you create an advisory council for your streaming platform without miring the entire thing in drama within the first couple of weeks of release?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Do you want a cup of coffee that'll make your co-host calm down and not hog the fake ad read?
I'm so sorry.
I mean, it's good. You're clearly, you're onto it, mate. Just fucking joke. Bang, another joke.
Dead set. Buddy, NULLSCORE is one of my favorite parts of the week. It's good fun. I come up here, I talk shit. And it's always when I've just had a coffee too. So I'm like 6 cylinders. I'm here. I'm ready to go. It's a good. Well,
you're
time.
like 2 or 3 hours ahead. So by the time I'm fucking dragging myself out of bed and showering, you're already awake, and you're like, "Are you still right to record? You still want to record this morning?" I'm like, yeah, dude, just fucking like
got one eye.
I need to have a
open.
shower, and I haven't had a coffee yet. I'm basically not a human right now.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
And then I'll say to you, like, I'm like 30 minutes out or whatever. You're like, no worries. And then sometimes like you're sitting here waiting for me, and I can see that you're like hammering away at the script. And other times I've been like, fuck, it's been nearly 45 minutes. I wonder if he's not even there and the script is untouched. All right. He's nowhere. And I'll message you saying like, I'm ready. Like I'm at my desk now. And I get no response for like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
just
so because sometimes what happens is before we do NULLSCORE, you're like, okay, I'm going to have a shower. And I'm like, shit, great. Because you got like long hair and stuff. So it takes forever to dry. So I'm like, cool, breakfast time. so I go and like jump in the car and go and find some breakfast.
Go and find some breakfast. What? Well, what do you mean go and find some breakfast? Like, what are your options? Are you fucking driving around with an arm hanging out, holding a spear, looking for something to fucking... What do you mean find some breakfast?
That's very Mount Isa, but no. No, because when I drive, like, Macca's is like the default option, right? Like Macca's brekkie, because Macca's is always pretty good. But what I'll do is I'll drive past Coffee Club on the way to Macca's, and if Coffee Club's like usually packed, which it is most days, then I'll just keep driving. But if it's like suspiciously empty, I'll like pull in and get Coffee Club. And then I'll drive to Macca's, and if Macca's is super full, then I'll skip Macca's and I end up going to local bakery, and they've got.
Why do you keep going to Macca's? Like, I feel like
honestly,
when it comes to breakfast foods, no. When it comes to breakfast foods, McDonald's is the fucking Blend 43. Okay, it's fucking terrible.
It's pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm definitely a victim of convenience. Like, do I
want this food? No. Can I get this food though? Yes.
Yep,
well,
absolutely.
I'm convinced. That's it. You've sold me.
Dude, I'm really bad for it. Like, I have the presence of mind to have, like, you know those like frozen meals? I don't know if you've ever seen them, but like they're like McCain's like man size frozen meals.
Oh, I have seen those ones.
Yeah. So they're like they market them as 50% larger than a regular frozen meal, and it's like, cool, great, that's like a decent.
They're all different fucking sizes though.
They're all different. Well, that's the thing, and like I more often than not, I'll be with Red, and I'll have like 2 of like whatever ones that she brings home, because she brings home these like lean cuisine ones that are like, you know, the size of my fist.
I just picture you like Homer Simpson with the "I'm a guy like me" thing, and you've just like you're walking past and you see the box and you go, "Man, I'm a man. I want that. Get me one of those. Get me the man one."
But I had it, right? And it was, the whole thing on the package was barbecue favorites, right? So it was
what the fuck does that mean?
That's what I said. And I had a look at it, and it was a hamburger patty, like a beef hamburger patty, and a pork sausage, like a thick pork sausage. And it had some like peas and corn and barbecue sauce in it, right?
Oh no!
And
fuck.
I heated it up, and I remember looking at the meat patty, and I was like, "This beef is grey. It's grey beef."
Was it like an old, like a McDonald's patty that just got left for a few days? And you're like, oh god, I'm not sure if it's still edible.
it looked like it looked bleached kind of, and I remember looking at this and going, "This is not meat. This is not real meat." And I still ate it, and I keep buying them because it's convenient. No. I know the meat is garbage, and to be fair, as a side note, our gas is currently off. So we don't have a way of like using my stovetop. We could use the oven. We can't use the stovetop. But it's like I'm literally a victim of convenience, and then I'll just eat it because it's there and ready to go.
So like, I'm gonna give you something here. Have you seen the ones? It's like a green and blue cardboard thing around like a black plastic fucking tray called Core. They're called Core Power Foods. Have you seen those in the frozen foods section?
I think so. Yeah.
So every now and then they go on sale for like $7, $6 or $7 or something.
That's the good shit.
These are actually pretty fucking good. Ooh. So if I want to have stuff at work already for lunch because I can't be bothered going out to get stuff, which is what I should be doing. I should be doing that. Well, it's probably cheaper, yeah. No, it's not that much cheaper, but it's just that it's a bit better food, like better than fucking Macca's, which is the closest thing to me at work is a McDonald's.
Oof, yeah.
I'll talk about the McDonald's after because there's kind of something funny about it. I thought it was hilarious anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, things like that, little meals like that, stuff that has plenty of veggies, mostly veggies, man. If you buy the ones that have more veggies in them than anything else, I guess you could do this with any. You could do it with the fucking McCain ones or Weight Watchers or whatever the fuck.
Do pretty well.
Yep. So put them in the fucking microwave. However long it says to put them in for, do a little bit longer. So just fucking bombard them with radiation. Fuck them right up.
Chernobyl that stuff.
Put them put half of one of these trays in a wrap. Just put it in a wrap. Turn it into a fucking burrito.
Okay.
There's so much easier. I don't know why I have such a better time eating these things when they just put into a wrap, and then I can just fucking eat it like that.
Mm.
And then I don't feel it. I don't know, man. It just makes it less gross to me because a lot of these things are fucking horrible, man. They're eating them out of the tray. Even I don't know why the act of eating them out of a tray feels so sad. It's like
that's the part.
Oh god,
that does
I'm 45 and divorced at home, sitting in my fucking jocks and my white singlet, stained with fucking piss and barbecue sauce.
Got a little bit of friggin' soy sauce hanging off.
Yeah. I've gone for the clean shaven look, but it's just stubble and it goes halfway down my neck. Just
god damn.
But yeah, like put those things in wraps. Next time you have one that's like a stir fry thing, just buy like a pack of fucking, I don't know. I buy the Helga's ones usually.
Oh, yeah. They got the whole grain.
That's a different joke entirely from stream, but the Helga's ones, the spinach and fucking whatever. Spinach and whatever the fuck it is.
The green ones.
Yeah, I think they're a little bit softer. They fold a bit easier and they don't tear at the ends.
I have the opposite experience. I buy the spinach ones and they tear more. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I mean, again, I'm the guy that will eat the bloody the bleached ghost meat of a cow that was.
The cow that was. The cow of McDonald's past.
You're in the drive-thru. There's a spectral figure. You haven't slept in 47 hours, and the shadows are moving, and they go moo.
Yeah, just picturing like a ghost cow with like its legs are just like the little traily ghost things. It's floating along. Moo. Fuck.
Oh, ghost cow burger patties coming to a frozen section near you. McCain, you've ghost busted it again.
For fuck's sake. Oh, no.
Oh, shit. Listen. I got to talk to you about this chess drama business because I think you're going to get a kick out of it. Right?
We got 15 minutes to go for it.
Now, are you a chess fan? Have you
No.
you've played chess?
I can play chess badly.
So that's probably a good distinguishing factor, right? I think there are people that can play chess. There are people who cannot play chess, and then there are people who play chess, right?
Like, I know how to play chess. I know what I'm supposed to do, but I'm just fucking bad at predicting like what's going to happen next.
You have enough knowledge not to make an illegal move, usually.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know where the pieces can go. I know what I can do with them, but just I get fucking like everyone who I play against, except for children. I can only beat kids. Everyone who's like an adult just absolutely fucking dunks on me. I'm like, God damn it. Jesus. This is what all the level 5 fucking people felt like last wipe against me in Tarkov. This is like...
That's it.
Just, God, this asshole fucking ruining me again. Why do I even play this?
That's true. God damn. So, there is a bloke, right, on Twitch right now called GM, or his last name's Hikaru, right? But he is a chess grandmaster, right? Mm-hmm. So he's one of the best players in the world. Very difficult to get the grandmaster ranking. I know that nowadays you can be like the grandmaster of some, Critical makes a joke about being the grandmaster of some bullshit martial artist, and that's like, it's cheapened the title. But being a grandmaster means you ordinarily have to be very, very intelligent, and grandmasters are usually trained from like children. Like they start training to be grandmasters. So they're very, very good chess players, right?
Yep.
They're like the kind of people that can play 4 games simultaneously blindfolded and still be thinking 3 or 4 moves ahead. Like they're very, very, very smart, very skilled people, right? GM Makaru has recently been blowing up on Twitch in part due to the fact that what he's doing is teaching or co-streaming with other big streamers. Most notably was XQC. He was playing chess with XQC, and just because XQC is XQC, the way that he would approach chess is just such fucking eccentric nonsense that it became like really entertaining to watch. So he'd move a piece and then he'd try and explain how this position he'd just taken up protects a certain piece and how, he's threatening another piece. So he'd like move the piece and then he'd go, oh my God, bing, bang, boom, got him, nothing. Look at this scrub, getting the juice. So he's playing chess, right? He's playing chess. He's like, get the juice, bing, bang, boom. And then he'd like put a piece in the middle of the board and threaten 4 pieces at the same time. He's like, it's the wooden shield, boys. It's the wooden shield. Like he just invented his own fucking chess maneuver.
Yeah.
And GM Hikaru the whole time is like, this is ridiculous. Like, and he's sitting talking to chat and he speaks Twitch language, right? So he's sitting there and he's like, look at all these other papagas in chat. He's like, yeah, he's making some 5-head moves. This is like the Matrix when Neo starts to believe. Like he's Twitch literate, right? And he's got huge viewership. He's like 12 times the next biggest stream for chess on Twitch.
Yep.
Right? So GM Karu has very swiftly become the face of chess on Twitch. Right? Now, not everyone is particularly happy with this. Right? And I'm going to let you form your own opinion on this, but I'm willing to bet that you're going to form the same opinion that I formed pretty swiftly. All right?
Okay.
So GM Hikaru received some backlash from some of the chess community because what happened was he, in the first instance, he had another GM, Benjamin Feingold, talk about chess on his stream and how he said that Ben Feingold said that there are a bunch of dick riders who will only ever play chess with people who are more popular just for the money. Why, as a GM, would you be playing with people below your skill level? It's just fucking ludicrous. you're only doing it for the money, right?
Well,
and
you're
then
not allowed to just have fun? Go on.
Yeah. And then there was a statement released by Chess24, which is a broadcast service for chess games, right? I understand it's like a sports channel for chess, but they stream and yada yada. And there's a website where you can play chess against other people. And by the way, chess has like a full-on ELO ranking system, which was in place before like any sort of MMR for video games and whatnot. Like that's like the OG MMR system. So like players have ratings and shit, and you can lose and gain ratings. It's a whole thing. In any event, they they released this statement and says that let me just find. I have to find this for you so that I can read it, because it just, where are we? Chess24 statement on the Hikaru situation. Here we go. We understand and share Magnus Carlsen, by the way, is the world champion in in chess right now. He's the guy. We understand and share Magnus's sentiment that the decision by Hikaru to host a branded unofficial stream on his own channel is disappointing. As this has been a large undertaking for us, we expect the players to support this initiative, which we see as an important to the goal for growing the sport we love. We're sharing the moves openly to allow other commentators to cover these exciting matches and encourage all participating players to share the official stream or restrict their streaming to after each day. Hikaru did communicate proactively with us, and while he is within his rights, it is undermining us as the organizer and affects our ability to popularize the sport in a commercially sustainable way. Right? Now, what this translates to in plain English is Chess24 streamed a chess tournament. Hikaru also streamed the same chess tournament. Hikaru sought permission from them beforehand to stream the tournament, and they said yes. And Chess24 released a statement that said, we're disappointed that Hikaru streamed it at the same time as us because Hikaru's views blew their stream out of the fucking water. Right?
So they're disappointed that he asked, they said yes, and then after his stream was more popular than theirs, they went, oh, wait, hang on.
Yep.
No. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And so it becomes this crazy, crazy thing where now there's this sort of divide we're starting to see between like the old school chess, almost elitist perspective, and then the man of the masses, Hikaru. Like this guy, like Benjamin Feingold, everyone's like, what do you mean don't play with people below your skill level? Like, don't associate with people below your skill level. Like, it was just such a weird thing to see now that such a sport like chess is now creating such a ruckus because Hikaru's just, he's making a meme out of it and making it more acceptable to people, you know, that aren't as super
he's
psyched
trying
about
to
it.
bring more people into the, like, trying to bring more people in. Why would you not want that? Like, it almost sounds like gatekeeping.
It's very much gatekeeping. Very much gatekeeping.
Like playing chess is some fucking exclusive activity that only the best. You have to be at least this good to play chess, or else fuck off.
Also,
don't play with anyone who's worse than you.
Exactly, and also like, where do you get off being elitist about chess?
Like when you think of, I don't know. To me, that feels like saying, you know, why are you at the gym? You're already ripped as fuck. Go home.
Yeah, or better yet, why is some ripped person helping some skinny bastard? Why don't ripped people only associated with ripped people? Like,
you hear that, Dwayne Johnson? That's it. You're done.
Yeah,
you're
that's
finished
it.
now.
Yeah,
you achieved maximum gym. Go home.
Yeah. Teachers, you know what, teachers? You're really good at math. You see all those kids in front of you? Just get rid of them. Just
they're so shit. Why are you fucking
teach each other?
Why are you associating with these plebs?
Yeah. Go home to your wife. Your wife's made dinner. Comes out, brings out this fucking really nice plate of food, and you're like, sorry, gonna have to check your chess ELO before I can fucking eat this food that you've presented to me. I don't want to eat any like sub 2,000 rating meat and 3 veg.
Oh man, Johnny Sin's not allowed to fuck anymore. That's it. He can't.
He's had sex with too many people.
He's only allowed to do it with porn stars, never for his own enjoyment now. I wonder if he gets any enjoyment out of it anymore. If it's just like, this is just my life now. It's as normal to him as like eating, getting fucking garbage McDonald's breakfast.
Yeah, and it's also just the fact that it's like the people are getting off on the fact that they're really good at chess, and chess is an institution and they're really good at the game, right? Like, you can argue that chess requires some tactics and strategy, right? But, I mean, you don't see people that are fucking Mario 64 speedrunners sitting there and thinking that they're the hottest shit because they got a sub 17-minute run.
I'm sure those people exist. I bet if you go looking hard enough, those people 100% exist.
Yeah?
You make that joke, but I bet you there will be people like that.
But, at the moment, of all the places to be for drama, chess is actually the place to be. It's pretty insane. Like, there are a lot of comments who are like, what does this guy say? Might have well have just said, even though Hikaru did nothing wrong, I'm mad because he had more viewers and better content. Wham.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it sounds like.
Well, the resounding response from people was that the official stream, the Chess 24 or whatever it was the audio quality was a little bit off, and they used a lot of chess jargon. So if you were a professional chess competitor, that's an excellent place to watch the chess stream, right?
Yep.
Like very, very good. Whereas, GM
if you're
Hikaru,
not a chess nerd and you're just a normal person who wants to watch some chess.
Exactly. And you're like, okay, well, maybe I just want to watch some chess because XQC's been playing some chess. And you go into a stream and one guy's like, we're going to, castle and pressure and use the French croissant maneuver.
To be clear,
I
don't think there's anything wrong with being a chess nerd. It's like, that would be like me saying, you've watched Initial D, right? The whole way through?
I've watched up until 4th stage. I've got to start 5th and final.
Okay. I've seen the whole thing through a couple times.
Yep.
And I understand a lot, like most of what's happening and why.
Yeah.
But I feel like you watching it, you would enjoy it for different reasons than me.
I have admittedly, I've watched a few episodes of Initial D, and then I've had to hop on my phone and be like, understand.
What the fuck is? Yeah. So, I could watch that whole series. I was like, oh, this is actually really, really cool and kind of in depth in some places that I didn't expect. How is this so popular? And because it's a fucking animated series for car guys, really.
Yeah.
And then it has some fucking, I suppose, teen drama shit chucked in there that I didn't give a fuck about any of that. But
can we, for 2 seconds, can we talk about the fact that, I don't know if this resolves in seasons 5 and 6, but that every fucking romantic relationship seems to crash and burn? Nothing survives.
It's real life.
The guy, the old responsible dude that gets them involved in street racing in the first time, he has that the girl that drives in blue, what is that called? I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. The two lady team that drive the blue car and they go down the mountain pass. She's super cute and she's super into him, and they have this date where he's supposed to turn up and he doesn't turn up and it all falls to pieces. And that's it. They both really like each other and it just doesn't happen.
I think he was just too into his cars, wasn't he? He just was like, nah.
No, he just made a mistake. He thought that she was making fun of him and she wasn't. And then that was it.
I can't remember. It's been a while since my last watch through, so I can't remember what the fuck happened then.
It was a whole
I think that blue car was a I think it was a 180 Sylvia
Yes, yeah, the blue. It's the Sil 80
cut job. Yeah. Yeah, they're around here sometimes too, but all the ones around here look like trash. They're all real fucking dodgy. Yeah,
the Sil 80, the blue Sil 80.
Was it a silver front end and 180 rear? I think.
I can't remember. I just know it's called the Sil 80.
It was a Sylvia front end. Can't remember now. It's been a while since I saw it.
But
yeah, that's how I would, like, that's what I would put to this. Like the stream, the Karu stream is like how you would view Initial D. That's what you would get out of it. That's like the more fun, bit more relaxed, not worrying too much about the technical side of it. Whereas the in-depth chess one is like me watching Initial D and getting stuck right into the cars, the engines, and.
Well, I get some of it. Like they'll explain it, like when he like mounts the gutter to turn sharper. I'll be like, oh yeah, I kind of get that. You hook your tires.
There's some roads around here where you can do the same thing, and I've been doing that in my ute with Sinead. And she fucking stresses out so bad. You're going too fast for this corner. You're at the edge of the road. I'm like, I know what I'm doing. Don't worry.
I know. I saw this in an anime once, babe. Hold on.
And I've been doing that. There's a couple of other roads that I used to do it on all the time because I lived close to them. That was years before I saw Initial D. I remember watching it going, so that's like an acceptable thing to do, I guess. It makes sense.
I do that. Yeah. But sometimes they'll be like, oh yeah, I have to take the pressure off the front tires so that I'm not understeering, and I'm sitting there with my eyes like, yeah, and then the Eurobeat kicks back in, and I'm like, oh, cool, we're having fun again.
Fuck.
Sometimes it loses me, but I'm like, fucking whatever. I'll just let it wash over me.
Yeah, fucking Eurobeat. There was the Time Zone in Fremantle used to have a couple of is it One Gun Midnight machines? The blue little 240Z. Like every fucking arcade ever has at least one of those machines. But anyway,
Time Zone for the non-Australian listeners is an arcade franchise. Yeah.
Usually they're around like cinemas and stuff. They'll be like downstairs or in a room off to the side. Although that's started to change. I feel like they're just kind of on their own now. Like they're always away from the cinemas. You don't see them bundled in so much anymore.
Usually you'd pair them up, but
would make sense too, but like think of when was the last time you saw one that was right like in the same building or right next to it? Because all the ones around here are away from one.
Well, I haven't seen one since I've been in Mount Isa because Mount Isa doesn't have an arcade.
Oh, well, yeah, well, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. Yeah, well then, bad example. But anyway, the one in Fremantle used to have a few of those machines, and then there was an Initial D one like next to them.
Oh, wow.
And pretty standard. Both of them have kind of fucked steering wheels. One's way worse than the other one. But the thing that stood out was like I was walking through there and I could hear the fucking music going off from like nearly the other end of the place. I was like, what the fuck is that? There's like 2 or 3 lots of music going on. Why have they done this? And as I got closer to it, I was like, oh, it's like one of the machines. The fucking Initial D machine is just blasting a heartbeat. No, this is one particular song. And every time I went there, the same fucking song was playing. I was like, what? Is this machine broken or something? What the fuck's going on here? And it was up so loud. Like, I don't know why they never... Maybe the volume was broken, like it wouldn't turn down for some reason, or the staff
one of the employees just keeps cranking it.
Or yeah, maybe one of the staff was like really into Initial D and they're like, I'm just going to turn this up and listen to this all day. Fuck this.
How he's sitting there wiping the bench like at a ridiculously high speed. He's like, running in the 90s.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I put an Initial D meme in one of my YouTube videos. And like,
I think you've done it a few times.
Yeah, well, they just got good fucking reaction memes because they're like, it's every time they're like, oh man, there's no way that this shitty box car can beat XYZ fast car, and then he loses for most of the race, and then he figures out how to beat them, and then everyone is like, and then they do the fucking the Japanese reaction, which is the that kind of fucking, you know, that one, the one that that thing, and then I'm like, yep, cool, thing. Great. That's all the reactions I need for my memes.
This episode is probably going to be titled Tangents.
Tangents, yeah.
Because for the whole fucking time, I don't really care. Like,
this is exactly the opposite of controlled and planned, like chess is.
Yeah.
We got no plans. I kind of enjoy these though. These are fun. Like where we're just talking mad shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of why we wanted to do this in the fucking first place, because we don't get a chance to do this on the stream or
Nah, because you're talking to chat and stuff. There's a lot more.
You
people
have to
in the room.
you have to involve your chat, and it just gets so, especially when you've got both people streaming, and then both chats are like going completely different directions. The conversation gets kind of pulled away. Like
and I think neither of us are at the point where we can comfortably ignore chat. Right? Like I don't want to do that. But when you're a big streamer, like they're just I think there's a threshold, and you need to work it out for yourself, where you just go, okay, now I'm at the point where I check chat every 2 to 3 minutes, and I'll read whatever comment I see first.
Well, at that point, you're not really answering individuals in chat. You're just trying to make sense of the just constant flow of rubbish there, and get a general feel for what chat is saying to you.
You're maintaining some form of live entertainment, but there's that. But we're still small. We can answer every question. Like I've had a couple of streams lately where I phase out for a second, and my chat will just my chat had this weird, everybody, there were 5 or 6 people talking about how the advent of guns phased out swords. And I looked away for 2 minutes. I looked back, and they were like, or better yet, a gun that kills people with swords on horses that don't need guns. And I read that comment, and I was like, I'm missing so much context. What the fuck just happened? Sometimes it can be really tricky. But yeah,
then you have someone like Verco in your chat, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, he goes straight to things like that.
Yeah, he's like, hey man, what if a plane could fly, but also, what if the flying did the planing?
No, he just says really fucking weird out there things, and very rarely he will explain. And then what he said makes perfect sense. I'm like, fuck, why do you have to say these things in such a fucking weird and confusing way? I think it's just he gets a kick out of seeing that. He'll say something. I'm like, what? You've just completely fucking derailed everything that's happening here. I don't know how to respond to you.
God damn.
Your fucking chat, man. I stay away from your chat now, mostly.
Yeah? Why? What's wrong with my chat?
Because fucking Runeterra is so boring, dude.
It's not your cup of tea.
We come to your fucking stream and watch Go Fish.
Walk in, we're playing wizard poker again.
It sucks because it's like, I don't know, man. It's not like I've been home enough to watch Twitch anyway, and I don't watch it on my iPad or phone really anymore because it just chews data like fucking crazy. But every now and then when I'm sitting here, I'm like, all right, I've got 20 minutes. I'll go jump in someone's chat, see what this is doing, and it's like Runeterra, and there's 40 people. I'm like, it's all going to be card stuff about game I don't understand and have zero interest in. Yeah. I'm not going to come in and at that point.
What do you think about X deck after the patch notes? You're like,
do I come in and try and be supportive and be in chat and add an extra viewer, or do I just stay away because I'm going to come in and go yeah, how are you guys enjoying solitaire? And just ruin the fucking vibe for everyone else. I'm not going to come in and do that. Fuck it, I'll just.
But I feel like you take the approach that any reasonable person should take the approach of, right? When people whinge about I'm trying to think of a creator that's worth whinging about. That's not an. I had someone come
in. Was about 2 months into playing Tarkov, and they were like, "When are you going to play something else?" I don't know, man. When I get sick of this game. I'm tired of this game, though. It's so boring.
Then stream your own fucking different game.
Why are you here watching it then?
I had one.
You're ignoring chat. I'm not ignoring chat. I need to pay attention here because I'm going to get killed if I don't, and then I'll talk to you once I'm out of raid or something.
Dude, I had somebody come into my chat the other day, and I think he was being ironic. I mean, you know what? I hope he was being ironic. But I'll try and translate this for you into Tarkov language. But basically what happened was he came into my chat and he says, this deck is disgusting and you should feel bad for playing it, right?
Okay.
He's basically saying, you're a piece of shit. And I was like, okay, well, you sound like somebody who maybe hasn't played this deck before, because if you've played the deck, you'd understand that there are several weaknesses, and it's not just it's not going to just roll over you if you know what you're doing, right?
It's not a meta M4 Elton fucking slick
right?
armor.
Yeah. And he says, oh, well, I run burn aggro, okay? Now, in Tarkov language, what this man has just said is, oh my God, I can't believe you're using thermals. You should be disgusted and ashamed of yourself. Yeah. And I've said, you sound like someone who hasn't used thermals before. Maybe you haven't known the pain of having to deal with your ergonomics. What do you do? And he comes back with, oh, I just exit camp.
Extract camp.
Yeah. And I'm sitting there and I remember turning to the camera and I go, imagine coming into my fucking stream and telling me that I'm unethical and thinking that you have the high ground and you extract camp.
Yeah.
Chat ate him alive. I've never seen anything like it. It was insane.
I mean, he probably knew that was going to happen, though. Like, if he knows enough about the game, he probably knew exactly what he was doing.
That's the thing. I want to believe it was ironic. It's just
sitting there pulling the fucking troll face grin.
And I think when you don't stream, you're thinking to yourself, man, that's so silly. Why would anyone ever say that? I don't think that actually happened. You're making this story up, streamer. No.
Yeah, it happens.
That happens.
It happens.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Had people complain. I had one person complain that I wouldn't play Fortnite. I'm like, well, I don't play Fortnite. I'm not going to play Fortnite just because you asked me to.
Yeah, what the hell, man? And Fortnite's it requires a very specific skill set nowadays. Like Fortnite's a game in and of itself. The building
it's not something I'm interested in though. Like that's
yeah,
I don't know. Just like for me, I was like, why would you come to a stream? You can see my VODs from the last fucking 2 weeks or whatever it is. I don't know how long they say because I've got Prime, so whatever. You can see that nearly every one of them is PUBG, and then maybe there's a couple here that are like Quiplash or The Messenger or whatever. Nowhere there is Fortnite. None of my clips have Fortnite. If you go look at my fucking stats on whatever, there's fucking sites that track all this shit. 0 hours ever playing Fortnite. This was a guy who was a regular too, like on and off regular at the time. And he's like, when are you going to play Fortnite? Play Fortnite. I'm like, no. Never. It's never going to happen. I know that Jazz says it every now and then, like for a laugh. But this guy was serious. He was like, you should play some Fortnite. Like, no. No, thanks.
No, thanks, man. I'm good.
I'll rather slam my dick in a car door. I'm not going to play Fortnite. Sorry. And he got upset. I was like, all right, well, look, if you want to watch someone play Fortnite, like, I'm sure there's going to be a couple of streamers maybe playing Fortnite on Twitch right now that you can go watch. Just a couple.
Yeah. Just a couple. You can go on. Like, I hear there's a bloke on Mixer who's pretty good at it.
It was just so stupid. Like, he's like, no, I want to see you play it. Like, no. Like, why?
Thanks, man. But also
you get to make those kind of demands. Like, unless, tell you what, you fucking send me a bunch of money and then I'll endure Fortnite.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's not, I don't think that's like, squeezing money out of your viewers. I think that's a situation where it's like, listen, if you really want to see this, then, pay for a fucking...
If you want me to have a shitty time, you can pay me. That's how my workplace works. They pay me to go there and have a shitty time.
Fortnite is work, okay?
You're going to make me do something I don't enjoy? It's going to cost you.
If you want the free content, then I'll play whatever I want to play. Right? That's it. If you want to sponsor a stream, by all means, I'll listen to you. Well, I still reserve the right to say no, but you can give it a go.
How many people? How many sponsored streams were there for like Apex and shit? And some of those people didn't want to be fucking playing Apex. They were getting paid to endure it.
Well, after Apex, people know now that that's the way to do things. Like Apex,
pay them
up. Oh, to pay
but
streamers. Yeah. To just have streamers flood the categories.
I was about to say it didn't last, but I mean, I don't know if it was because it was like...
Apex is in season 5, and for season 1, it was massive. They were making shit tons of money.
Yeah. I've seen some of the changes that have been made to the game though, and it's not inspiring me to go back.
No, we played it for a triple threat challenge video. Jazz, me, and shit. Who else did I have?
Other teammate.
I feel really bad about this. I should know who it was. Oh my god, I'm an asshole. Oh, it was Kick. It was Kick. Oh, it was Kick. It was me, Kick, Jazz, and Christina for a PUBG match as well.
I thought Kick didn't fucking like Apex. I thought he didn't. It.
He'd never played it, and we got second. We gave it a really red hot go. But Jazz was basically carrying us. Well. And the Iron Stag video.
Yeah, the Iron Stag video. I don't want to explain that too much.
Don't explain it. Just know that it's on.
That's going to take a while. Well, I mean, I had 400k rubles last night when I started. I burnt my way down to 49,000 rubles.
Jesus, not doing
in a couple hours. Back up to almost. I'm at like 200 or something now, but it's just
you need to get the Bitcoin farm going.
That's a long way off, man.
Yeah.
It's a long way off. So Iron Stag video is going to be not happening for a while. But I think that's something that I got some stuff sort of in mind. I kind of don't want to involve too many people in it just because for it to work and be entertaining, I feel like it needs to be kept to like 2 or 3 PMCs only. Any more than that, it's just kind of, it's going to get silly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But the Iron Stag, I think that's going to be great. The fucking won't go into too much detail about it.
It could be months away. I definitely want to do it, but it could be months because we've got to get at least my PMC to a point where we can afford to build the fucking thing because it's the shittiest expensive gun.
It's great. I love
that
it
I've
so
ever
much.
built.
I love it so
much. Terrible. But yeah, the bots in PUBG. Have you played recently?
What do you mean?
There are bots in PUBG now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I did not know that.
I played a couple of solos last night after I ended stream because I couldn't go to bed yet. I had to wait for Dry to finish.
Yeah.
And they're hilariously bad. It's just so funny.
But what do they do? Just fill out lobbies or something?
Yeah, pretty much. But like most of the lobby is bots.
Wow.
They run around so aimlessly, and like when you kill them and you go to loot them, and they've just got the weirdest fucking loot. Like, why would anyone pick these things up?
This is so strange.
I killed one that had 2 AKs and he had like 300 plus rounds of 7.62. I'm like, why? I mean, I guess I'll use this, but fucking why do you have 300 rounds? It's so optimistic. It's like there's nothing in place there where the bot just goes, okay, 150, that's going to be enough to probably lose a fight against a player. No, just keeps picking up 7.62.
God damn.
Good one that had like 4 or 5 flashbangs. I'm like, why?
Jesus.
So fucking weird. Anyway,
we're getting pretty long in the tooth, man. Yeah, we're making up for that short stream we had.
Oh, we are.
All right.
Short stream?
Oh, short.
No,
podcast.
Robin Carlson.
What?
Comments.
Oh, yep.
Mono commented on the last podcast. Oh, I got a call out in NULLSCORE. I'm one of those new streamers learning as I go. I learn a lot from these Aussies. Cheers, NULLSCORE. I don't know whether you learn that much from me, man.
Yeah, fucking whatever you're learning from us, don't put it into practice.
Yeah. Go watch some good streamers. And this, if you're a fan of PewDiePie, he is just as good. Just as good?
What?
All right.
What?
I don't know.
Where is this?
What are you talking about, Mono? He commented on his own comment. He replied to his own comment.
Vis, if you're a fan of PewDiePie, he is just as good. Who's what?
I'm not sure what he means. Mono, what are you talking about?
Oh, that's what I literally said that. If you're a fan of PewDiePie, he's just as good. I have to figure out what the context for that is.
I couldn't remember you saying that.
Yeah.
And Eyehole Man, I'm going to read out his fucking sales pitch here.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
Oh, boy. Here I go being a salesman. G Fuel is, like you guys said, a dietary supplement with caffeine and various vitamin Bs. Right. What's bad about it is that it's no different than a Red Bull, except it has exceptionally low sugar content.
Right.
Caffeine and sugar combined makes a really extreme energy high, but is very fleeting and has a bad crash. See, I haven't noticed like crashing after Rogue or G Fuel at all, but I suppose for some people it probably could.
Yeah.
I use Gamer Sups, heavily endorsed by Misfits podcast, which is sugar free. It has organic caffeine and is combined with a nootropic called I'm not even going to try and say that.
I'm glad you chose to read this.
L-theanine counteracts the bad parts of caffeine. It makes for a jitter-free, longer-lasting, gamer-focused energy boost. Is a Misfits podcast, is that the dudes in Melbourne?
Yeah, that's like Fitz and Swagger Souls and that crowd.
Yep, I do know who they are then.
Yep.
I'm not going to bother with my reply to him, I think.
Yeah,
but
you wanted to get.
I'm going to cherry pick a part of his response to my response, I guess.
Yeah.
Coffee is king. Thank you, Eyehole Man.
Thank you, Eyehole Man. And he says, I'll have to check out this killer coffee you guys keep rambling about. Hey!
Oh, did you see? They put a thing on Instagram. They're some IGAs in New South Wales are going to have it.
Awesome.
So they might start rolling it out into IGAs, hopefully Australia-wide, because then we can just buy it. I can just buy it here and I don't have to fucking order it or wait 2 weeks for it to turn up.
Smash it out.
I saw a good... Let's see if I can find it. It's like a meme thing on Australia Post. There's a picture. You scroll back a bit. It's on my phone. What am I doing? It'd be so much fucking quicker. So someone's taken like, it's kind of a piss take of their tracking system.
Mm-hmm.
Track an item details. 1, parcel has been sent. 2, we have no fucking idea where your parcel is. 3, surprise, package delivered.
Okay.
That's what it's like here, man. I've had packages from come through them that the last time that it was tagged was like a week and a half ago in Sydney. I was like, all right, fucking who knows then where the fuck it is.
Doesn't get tagged ever since.
It disappeared from there. It went into nothing, launched into space. Who knows? And then it just turns up. Like I get it's delivered to me. I'm like, all right, well, fuck. You know, the guy turns up at work and just hands it to me. Like, all right, cool. And then like the day after, the tracking details gets updated at like lunchtime or something. And they're like, your package has been delivered today. Like, no, it wasn't. It was delivered yesterday. But thanks for the fucking heads up.
Yeah. Cheers, man. Appreciate it.
It's so hopeless, man. I don't understand how they can't. Like, what's the point of a tracking system that doesn't track anything? Why have it even? Why bother? Just don't. Like, I'd rather, if you're going to make me fucking, it stresses me out more that they have a tracking system that's like, we received the details, we received the package, it was tagged here, it was in Sydney. That was 2 weeks ago. We don't know where it is now. Sorry.
Yep, disappeared.
Because that makes me wonder where the fuck it is. What happened to it? Did they drop it somewhere? Did it get crushed and they don't want to take ownership of it? Like, what the fuck happened? It gets like scanned along the way.
Yeah, we put it on a ship through the Bermuda Triangle. After that, God, it's anyone's game, really.
It accidentally was accidentally thrown in with our rubbish, and we launched it out of a giant railgun into the sun. Sorry.
That's it. Big meme. Now it's
so
in the sun.
Fucking hopeless.
Enjoy your coffee, nerd.
We're at an hour 20. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Well, if you guys want to check us out, you can check it out on Twitter /NULLSCORE. Of course, you can also yell at us personally at Twitter /T1TAN. Is it _5150, I think?
On Twitter?
Yeah, for Twitter, I think
it's
so.
an underscore.
Yeah. For me, it's just Viscerous TV. You can also check us out live at twitch.tv/T1TAN5150 and /Viscerous TV, because some bastard is sitting on Viscerous and I can't get that tag back. But that about closes it out, my dude. Is there anything else that you want to mention?
Fuck Australia Post, man.
Fuck Australia Post. That, guys, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.
Roll the outro, Eddie.
Eddie's gone.
Eddie's
gone. Wheelie bin's empty. I needed it for rubbish.
Rip Eddie, dude.
Rip Eddie. When are we gonna actually contact Killer Coffee? I kind of like don't want to anymore because I don't want this joke to end. I don't want it to be like we contact them and they're like, "Oh, we didn't realize you guys were doing this. Can you stop, please?" Yeah, stop it. Just
don't.
That's enough. Because I feel like that's far more likely than them saying like, "Hey, cool, here, have a bag of coffee." They're not gonna do that.